This person was having a hard time going downstairs, step over step forward. Now, that's a super common situation. Lots of patients struggle to go downstairs forward. I want to show you the exercise that I shared with this individual and share how I explained what this exercise does and how it could be done at home to improve going downstairs forward. The sink gives you a nice handle. It's relatively sturdy. It should be a place that you can feel confident if you have to put weight through your arms. This is a 6-inch step. And what we did, the individual that I saw yesterday was limited in knee flexion on the left side. When I measured knee flexion, I think we were about 76 degrees of flexion, so not even 90 degrees. That was with no pressure, no pushing, just what is the range of motion without a lot of discomfort. My patient yesterday was feeling like range of motion was an issue for them going downstairs. I said, in reality, if you imagine me on a staircase and you look at the angle of knee flexion, that's nowhere near 90 degrees. In fact, just to give you guys a rough idea of how much knee flexion you actually need to go down average stairs, this is exactly 75 degrees on me right now. What we did was we worked on starting in front of the kitchen sink, both feet on the ground. The left knee was the one that was most recently replaced and having the most challenges going downstairs. I would have my client first just work on looping the foot around, getting it up onto the step behind, and then coming back down. Just this was enough of a challenge. So once we did this a few times, the knee started to loosen up, the hamstring was working a little better, the patient was able to do it. Then from this position, what we worked on was literally just generating downward pressure into the step through the surgical leg. We want to start building confidence. We want to start making sure that we know that knee, that leg is going to hold us as we're descending. The reason why you're trained up with the good, down with the bad is because if this is the leg with limitation, I use my non-surgical leg to control the descent. But when this is the leg that's had surgery, we're not exactly sure that it can control the descent. Usually it's a little painful. By performing these isometric press downs, we're desensitizing some of the sensitive tissue. We're starting to build isometric strength without movement. And that is laying the groundwork for when we start to do the negative or the eccentric component of the step down. From here, we started with just working on getting the foot into that position as if I had just stepped down. Then we work on isometric press downs in this position. We would usually do 20 of these. We'd usually hold each one 3 to 5 seconds. Then from here, what we would do is we would work on the step back. Now, because I've got the kitchen sink, the kitchen counter in front of me, I can put a lot of pressure through this counter and I know that it's not going to go anywhere. As I get more confident, as I figure out what this feels like, the progression in this is we start with just getting the foot into position. Then we do the isometric press downs into the step. Then from there, using our body weight through our arms as much as we need to, we go reverse step up. Then I use my surgical leg to lead the way down. I come, I press, reverse step up, surgical leg to lead the way down. Once I've built some confidence and I've done some repetitions, again, in this situation, I would do 8 to 12 repetitions of the reverse step up. Then I would try the step down and just start to see what that feels like going both directions. My surgical leg stays on the step, my non-surgical goes up and down. A lot of times what I find is that a patient has a sticking point. They get to about here and then they're not sure, they're not confident, they just kind of drop. So what we would do in that situation, if you think of the angle, we were at 75 degrees. You don't have to match this exactly, but I'm just using this to kind of show you. So if I go to 75 degrees, it's basically a mini lunge. I keep my weight back, I sit on that back leg, and what this is doing is this is simulating the step down position. I could do this on the step, 20 repetitions, but if I don't have the step, I can do it in this little mini lunge position. Again, I'm keeping my center of gravity back, I'm keeping my weight on the back leg. And then from here, if we start to lift the front leg, now we're fully loaded, because when we're stepping down, the front leg is not in contact with the ground. We need to be able to control the descent of that front leg. So I match relatively close the joint angles, and then I try to lift the front leg. Now, I'm not saying this is easy. Believe me, I know this is not easy. It's not comfortable. It's something that takes time and progresses. It might take 4 weeks, 6 weeks. It might take 3 months to get to where you want to get to. There is a sequence of progression. I start with the touches, then the isometric press down. Then I go into the reverse step. Once I've mastered that, then I go cycling front to back. Once I've mastered that, I could go to one hand, to a finger, to nothing. Now, you're likely going to have a handrail, you're going to have assistance. Our job in physical therapy is to take you beyond what you need, so that when you're doing things at home in the community, you can do it more easily. If you have questions, if you have concerns, absolutely let me know. I always appreciate your time watching my videos, subscribing to the channel. I'll see you on the next one.